commercial farmers. Yeah, so I have a certificate in general agriculture, first degree in development studies, and a master's degree in public health. So that's about me. I stay in central Zambia. Yeah.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you coming to join us to talk to us today. Today's session, you'll be speaking to the LUSAKA Avocado Multipurpose Cooperative. We have about more than 500 members. So some might be able to join us on the Zoom, and some will definitely join us via YouTube. And those who will join us via YouTube will ask us questions, as well as those that are going to join the Zoom. And then at the end of your presentation, we'll give everybody a chance to ask you a few questions. Is that okay with you, sir? Or would you like to do it in a different format?
Well, for me, it's fine. Whichever comes first, whichever is easier for the participants.
Okay, Sam. So we'll let you talk, and then what they'll do is that as our members are listening to you, they will add to the chat any questions, and then you'll be able to access the chat as well to see the questions they're asking us as we go along.
Sure, thanks.
Okay, Sam. Okay, the link is now live. If you could go ahead, I'll put myself on mute and you can go ahead, Sam. Thank you so much.
Okay, yeah, thanks. Good. I don't know whether it's good morning, but in Zambia it's good evening. Yeah, so briefly, I'm going to talk about what plant catalyst is all about, and then I'll talk about its benefits. Yeah, then of course you can ask some questions. So plant catalyst is a product that can be used on any plant as long as it has chlorophyll. So you can think of a plant on earth which has chlorophyll. So plant catalyst, you can use it on. And this is why you people come in as avocado growers, avocado corporation, so that maybe you can use this product and see how it will benefit you. So it's in liquid form, and you apply it using folia. So, sorry, I'm trying to go to the next next slide. Yeah, so the product was discovered by a person called Mr. John.
We are still on the first slide, sir.
Yes, I'm trying to do the enter using the
or maybe the tab.
Yeah, let me just see how I can do the next slide.
Thank you.
You know, this technology sometimes it can
yes, sir.
Yeah. How do I do it here? Because when I do enter or use the
tab,
arrow pointing down, it's not moving.
Use the arrow pointing to the right, not the one pointing down.
Unfortunately, it's not moving as well.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you able to maybe come out and come back in? Yes, that's what I was going to suggest.
Okay, let me come out and then come back later. Sorry for that, people. Okay. I don't know what is happening here.
It's okay. If you leave this screen as it is, you can then click on the extra one. You can go through the slides on your left. That way it will move up as you are going along.
Okay, just hold on.
Thank you.
It's not yeah.
Are you able to bring the last screen that you had? So that it can, the one where it shows the slides on the left, because that will just be okay. We're able to see.
Okay, let me just try to bring it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Excuse me.
Perfect. That's perfect, sir. So then you can just click
Okay.
on the slides you need on the left. Thank you. That's perfect.
Okay. All right. Sorry for that. Yeah. So the whole vision that we have as Plant Catalyst Africa. I'm not talking about Plant Catalyst Zambia now. I'm talking about Plant Catalyst Africa. So basically, we just want to empower the African farmers in as far as agriculture is concerned. So this product was discovered by Dr. Willard in 1965, and this man was a chemist. So it came into Africa in 2016, first in Zambia. And this is why Zambia becomes very important, very critical. But our offices for Plant Catalyst Africa are registered in Mauritius. Mauritius, things there are a bit flexible. You can easily move money in and out, unlike in other countries. This is why we chose Mauritius. But now, if you look at the way it has evolved from the 1965 to date, we see that, like I said, in 2016, that's when it came into Africa and Zambia specifically. So we had the Zambia Agricultural State Research Institute doing the study, the research, and they are actually the ones that have also helped to come up with recommendations that can be used in Zambia. So from 2016, we had our first sales in 2018 in Zambia, and our first sales were recorded in 2019 in Malawi. So in 2019 to 2020, we saw an increase in sales in 2020 that increased by 44%. And to date, we have seen an increase in sales of 100%. Now, our management team comprises of 7 individuals. We are led by a lady who is our president. And then we have John Willard, our CEO, We have Joe Miklos as the Business Development Director. We have Ryan as the finance person, the strategic advisor. We have Jeff. So in Malawi, we have a country manager, Henry, and I manage Zambia. So this is the core team or the core management team for Plant Catalyst Africa. Now, this product, we are very mindful of environmental, economic, and social aspects. So Plant Catalyst environmentally plays an important role in mitigating the adverse impacts of climate change. I'll talk about this in detail when we come to the way the product is utilized and how it does the mitigation in climate change. Socially also, it empowers the women to use it. The product is quite friendly to every sex. Some products you may actually bear witness with me that others are quite toxic, and so normally the women would not want to use it. But Plant Catalyst is one such product that is even socially acceptable. Economical, of course, if you look at the profits that farmers are making by virtue of using Plant Catalyst, they are quite huge. You know, you make a profit margin of 25%, and meanwhile your costs have been lowered down. That is quite a huge profit. And also in terms of fertilizer reduction, you tend to reduce your fertilizer applications and costs by between 25 to 35%. So when you bring all these together, they actually culminate into increased profit. So the product currently is being sold like in Zambia, or should I say in Africa, is being sold in 1 liter bottles and 500 ml bottles. This 1 gallon that you are seeing here, normally we do supply on special orders when we see that the volumes that the client requires are quite huge. So we do package into bigger volumes. The product itself is non-toxic, it is non-GMO, it is all natural, and 99% organic. Why 99? Because there is a percentage of sodium metallosilicate. Of course, some certifying bodies globally, they may certify sodium metallosilicate as an organic product. So in that case, it becomes 100% organic. Other certifying bodies may say no because of this product, so we can't certify it as 100% organic. So it all depends on the certifying product. Now, coming to the benefits of using this product, one of the major benefits is the reduction in fertilizer by 25 to 35%. Now, think of the monies that you are going to save. If, for example, you are using, say, 300 kgs of fertilizer, and then you reduce that quantity by 25 to 35%, you save quite a huge amount of money. That money can be used to procure other inputs or in other agricultural activities. But in as much as the reduction of fertilizer is that much, the yield still increases. It still goes up by a minimum of 10% to a maximum of 30%. So there is a double benefit there. Reduction in fertilizer costs, but then the yield will still increase. In terms of carbon dioxide emissions, because we are reducing fertilizers by 25 to 35%, so it means that we are reducing the CO2 emissions by that much, either 25%, 35%, or 20%, or 30%. So those are the benefits that it comes with. Now, in terms of flowering, if, for example, you're using it on avocados, Normally, we would advise the customers to start using plant catalyst when they see that the avocados are now starting to flower. Why? It's because this product will help in flowering. So it will help in producing more flowers. And we need more flowers because this is where we're going to get the fruits. So more flowers will be produced, but at the same time, it also helps to reduce what we call flower abortion, the dropping down of flowers. But also, it helps to produce the fruits organically because this product is it's an all-natural product, no GMOs at all. So you find that even when you eat the avocados or whatever fruits, be it a cob of maize or whatever, soybeans or tomatoes, onion, you will have that good natural taste. And this is where everybody is moving to. Everybody wants to eat healthy food. So plant catalyst is one such kind of a product that, is considered as a green technology product. In terms of diseases, especially fungal diseases, it helps so much. Where you find a problem of fungal diseases, such as powdery mildew, where you are using plant catalyst, such a disease may not actually exist. Or if it does, it is going to exist in very, very reduced quantities. So you save money to buy or in buying pesticides that, fungicides that will combat the powdery mildew. In terms of germination, for if you want to increase or enhance germination, you can use this product on. So we have put some examples here on a 3-year study that confirmed that, when you are using plant catalyst and you reduce your fertilizer applications by up to 50%, you can actually still increase the yields. So in lettuce, it was discovered that in as much as you reduce fertilizer by 50%, the yield will still increase by more than 13%. And the greatest yield was recorded in jalapeno peppers. There was a rise in yield by 52%. This study was done by the State University in South Dakota, USA. So in terms of the benefits, those are just some of the benefits or major benefits of using plant catalyst. We are not closed yet to research. We do ongoing research. We work with the different private companies who want to try this product, like cooperatives, work with NGOs, the government, universities. So we are still open to do more studies, more trials, more research, because so far we have just done some studies, trials, research on certain plants. So to be very honest, like for avocados, we have not done any study. And this is why we felt it would be very, very useful and important to partner with you people so that we can do a trial, we can do a research, then we write the results and publish them. So all the research studies that we have done, they are on our website. And if you go to our website, www.plantcatalyst, you are going to find such kind of information. It's open to everybody. So some of the studies that have been done, in fact, I'll share this presentation with you people so that you can actually go through the presentation again, and you can actually download these reports that have been developed by some of the institutions that have done research on different crops using plant catalyst. So on this slide, we have the Agriculture Research and Extension Trust of Malawi that did some studies on tobacco and some studies on soybeans, on maize, Yeah, so you can download and check the results of the reports, read the reports, and see how the product performed. We also had some studies by Syngenta Foundation in Nigeria. We also had studies in Kenya. We also had studies again in Malawi with Clinton Development Initiative, Pixar's, AgriRight in Kenya. So on different crops, actually. So these are just some of the links to get the reports. So these are some of them. I'll move quickly to the goals. We are aligning very much with the Sustainable Development Goals. And in terms of our goals, for example, our goal number 1 is to reduce synthetic fertilizer use and carbon emissions by 25% annually. So this is in line with the climate action of the Sustainable Development Goal. Of course, when you talk of increase in yield per hectare, we are moving towards zero hunger. We want each and every household in Africa to be food secure. And then in terms of reducing the costs and also improving the economic status of households, we are looking at reducing the input costs, especially fertilizer costs, because that's where the heavy cost comes in on fertilizer. So reducing the input cost by $100, and we are looking at no poverty. And we are also looking at partnerships, working with different partners, with the government, with private institutions, private companies. So this is the partnership approach that we are taking. And this is why working or partnering with your organization, institution, becomes very, very important for us as Plant Catalyst Africa. In terms of gender equity, like I indicated, this product is non-toxic, it's non-GMO, and it's all natural. So even women are actually willing to use it. So it's gender sensitive. Everybody actually can use it without fearing that it will be of harm to their body. Yeah, so those are some of the goals that we have as an institution. Our operations are basically aligned to Africa. This is why we are called Plant Catalyst Africa. And we have 2 approaches in which we are developing the market system. Approach number 1 is to partner with the NGOs. And the current cadre of NGOs that we are working with, they impact more than 500,000 smallholder farmers in Africa. That is just approach number 1. Approach number 2 is to partner or work with corporate entities or foundation entities, such as big corporate firms, such as your organization. And the current cadre is making us able to reach to 300,000 farmers in Africa. And together, this brings a total revenue of about 7 million per year. So you can see the countries that we are operating in. Of course, in some of these countries, we only have like a sales agent. We only have like a sales agent. But in Zambia and Malawi, like you saw from the management team, this is where we have country managers. In other countries, we only have what we call sales agents, or those that are almost becoming operational offices. So like I was saying, we have two approaches. So these are just some of the partners that we work with from the corporate world. So we have Cotiva, we have Dimbelief, we have the Mozambique Leaf, Good Nature, and all these others. Then we also have government departments, research institutions, associations, and other international finance partners. So, of course, we work with USAID, CIMIT, International Water Management Institute, the World Bank. There are some projects that we are working with that are funded by the World Bank. So, these are our partners that we are working with. We also have the NGOs and the foundation partners that we are working with. And these are some of them. We take African farmers as our biggest customers, and we put them at the center of our activities, especially the women who are the majority, who are doing most of the farming. So we, as much as possible, bring the women on board to ensure that they also benefit from the product. Yeah, so these are just some of the testimonies that we have recorded, not only in Africa, but of course also in the US, where farmers are saying, okay, yes, this product has helped me to harvest more. This product has helped me to reduce the fertilizer requirements. This product has actually helped also to improve the taste of the product. We have also put some value proposition here. For example, for maize in Zambia, if a farmer uses it, how much money they would save. And depending on the percentages, if you remember, I talked about reduction of fertilizer between 25 to 35%. So if a farmer, for example, reduces their fertilizer applications, they will save about 955 kwacha. So the more you reduce your fertilizer, the more you save. In Malawi, we have come up with value proposition for 3 main crops that are being grown there. So of course, maize, we have tobacco, and tomatoes. Now, like I said, for avocados, when do you start using plant catalyst? You can actually start using plant catalyst during the seedling stage. I'm not sure how the avocados are being grown, whether you raise the seedlings first and then you transplant. But if that is the case, at that stage, actually, when you are raising the seedlings, you can actually use plant catalyst, 1, to enhance growth, 2, to enhance root production. As you all know that we need a lot of roots for the plant to eat well, to take nutrients well. And the roots, again, those are the legs, that's the anchor of the root and the plant. So we need the roots more and more. But mostly when the plant starts flowering, that's when you can actually start using plant catalyst. Like I said, it enhances flower production. It reduces flower abortion. It will also enhance fruit development. So that's how you can use it. Those are the stages. The dosage is quite simple. For these other crops, we use 150 mils in 200 liters of water, 150 mils in 200 liters of water. If a farmer is mixing directly from a knapsack sprayer, whether it is 16 liters or 20 liters, the dosage is the same. They only need to use 30 mils, only 30 mils. And in a hectare, for example, whether it's a hectare of maize, a hectare of soybeans, a hectare of tomatoes, a hectares of sunflower, only 1.5 liters is needed in a hectare. And the current price for 1 liter is 350 Zambian kwacha. 1 liter is 350 Zambian kwacha. Then 500 mils is just half the price, which is 175 kwacha. 175 kwacha. Yeah, so let me stop here for now and invite questions so that we can move together.
Let me have a look at the chat. If anybody would like to come off mute and ask their questions, please feel free to go ahead. I'm trying to see the chat. I don't see any questions in the chat at the moment. Let me see who's in there. Okay. Mr. Nkungulu, did you have any questions, sir? Maybe you could ask us something technical.
Not at the moment.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Okay.
Just following. Yeah.
Thank you. Yep. The only other question I was going to ask is, does it have? Is it on the table for? Does it have a residue when you use it with avocados? Is there like a specific time when, after you've sprayed it, you can't eat the product?
Good question. At the moment, there's nothing that is known because the product is non-toxic. And the foods that have been consumed so far, they have not shown any trace from the tests that have been done. Where you spray, for example, now,
yes,
in the next 10 minutes, you harvest and eat. There have been no traces of residues. You know, the product is actually 90% water. You can imagine 90% water. So 10%, that's where the gist of the product is. And because of that, I think, this is what I think. It's not scientifically proven. I think this is why you can't find any trace, because the plant, actually, most of it is composed of water. So I believe that is just assimilated in the plant system and therefore not trace.
Okay, so the actual composition of it is it chemical or biological, or what is the actual 10% of the 90%?
The product is classified as a biostimulant. It's a biostimulant, and you know, there's nothing like active ingredient like we know other products. It's just a formulation which is done, of course, with the different temperatures and different percentages. These with the active ingredients, normally they'll just say, this thing has 10% of this thing has 10% of this. But the formulation of plant catalyst, it also goes with different temperatures and different quantities. And this is why it becomes difficult to say, okay, the active ingredient, whether it is sodium bicarbonate, whether it is what. But of course, in it, there is some castor oil. Like I said, there's some sodium methyl acetate. all the trace elements, they are there. Yeah, so that's how it is formulated.
Okay. You mentioned temperature. Yeah. So does it have to be stored a certain way? And what is the shelf life of this? Thank you.
Again, another good question. Of course, if you expose something, even a human being in the sun for a longer time, the person will feel the heat. So the way we store the other products in a cool, dry place, that's the recommendation. Then in terms of shelf life, we did an experiment because we are also trying to find out something. We got a diluted product, we put it on the table, and we got the undiluted product, put it on the table. And then we waited for 15 years. And they came back, tested these different bottles into the lab because we wanted to find out maybe the chemical composition has changed, the strength has changed, or what has happened. So we found out that the strength in both bottles was the same after 15 years. The one which was diluted and the one which was not diluted with water. That from the page me. So this is what I say is that the product, in as far as we know, from the day of production up to 15 years, the product does not expire. After 15 years, we don't know what happens because we have not done any study after 15 years. And some people would say, so it means that your product has no expiry date. Normally, I get this question from the farmers. I said, well, we have indicated the expiry date because when we are registering it with the Zambia Environmental Management Authority, ZEMA, in Zambia, we told them this, and they said, no, according to the laws of the land, the products have to have an expiry date. And so we have put a 3 years shelf life. That's how it is. But from the day of production up to 15 years, the product does not expire. The strength still remains the same.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I have no questions from the YouTube. Does anybody, or Mr. Kenneth, do you have a question, sir?
Yes, I have 2 questions.
Go ahead, sir.
Firstly, I would like to know if this product has been tested in the field in Europe and America. Because the presentation has shown us countries in Africa only. Then secondly, I would also like to know if it has undergone tests by any international bodies, especially those connected to the UN, like the World Health Organization. I submit.
Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. Those are very good questions. Yeah, so we have done quite a number of studies. Some of them, of course, they are still ongoing, and this is why they are not published here, but they are available on request. They are available on request because they are still ongoing. So we can give you the results that have been done so far. Okay, so yes, we have done some tests in Europe. We have done some tests, yeah, in Europe, should I say so. Then in terms of certifying with the UN, for example, I don't want to give you false hope. I'm not sure whether that has been done, but what I can do, I can ask my CEO, but I'm sure of some tests that EcoSet, for example, has done on behalf of 260 brands here in Zambia. and we are still waiting for the results. They are still in South Africa. So in terms of the tests, I think that's the only one that I am very sure of that has been done.
Thank you very much. Sounds like you're Mr. Chense. Did that answer your question, sir?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Did anybody else have a question?
Yes,
Go ahead.
this is Mr. Alexander Mukuka. I just wanted to know the ratios of mixing water to the product. Say if I had a quantity of 200 liters of water, how much of the product should I mix with? And would just a follow-up on the same issue, would that be enough, say if I were doing a hectare of avocado plantation, would that be enough?
Yeah, so in 200 liters of water, you only put 150 mils of plant catalyst. Only 150 mils of plant catalyst into 200 liters of water. I'm not sure like how many liters you would do spray in 1 hectare of avocados. Like I said, we have not done a study, and this is why we got interested to work or partner with you people so that together we can do such kind of a trial and research or study. But I'm very sure of what goes in these field crops: maize, sunflowers, groundnuts, soybeans. Because each time you spray, you spray 200 liters. Whether it is in wheat, you spray 200 liters of water, it will go in 1 hectare. So I'm not very sure about the quantity of water in a hectare of avocados. Maybe I need guidance there.
Okay, that would be approximately, say, 400 trees in a hectare.
Yeah. Have you ever sprayed with any insecticide or pesticide?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, because you see what would have done. I would have said, okay, fine. How many liters of water did you use to spray your trees with that pesticide or insecticide? Because the quantity of water remains the same.
I see, okay.
Yeah, but my thought here is that whether it is 400 trees, I still feel 200 liters can still go in a hectare of avocados. Or if not, maybe because the tree is bigger, and like these plants like maize, tobacco or groundnuts, the tree is bigger, so maybe you tend to use more water on 1 tree. Maybe, okay, let's just double it. Let's say 400 liters in 1 hectare. So it means that we will need 300 mils of plant catalyst. 300 mils of plant catalyst in 400 liters of water.
Okay, lovely. Yeah, and just one last one. There is no risk of overdose. This is
fantastic question. If you were nearby me, I would have given you a 50 Zambian kwacha.
Only 50?
Yeah, only 50.
I can accept
you wanted the $50? Right. Okay, yeah. So what it is that this product has no overdose, and this is the question that I normally receive also from small-scale farmers and commercial farmers. So when we say 150 mils in 200 liters of water, we normally beg people to say, just use that. I know farmers normally have their own experiments. They say, 150. Okay, let me put 200 so that it works more effective. No. With plant catalyst, there's no overdose. Even if we get a 1 liter and pour it or spray it on one tree, that tree won't overgrow, that tree won't overflower, that tree won't overproduce. It will just take the quantity that it requires. The rest will be wastage of the product.
Right. Thank you very much. That was,
I don't know.
that answers my
Please, you
question.
are welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Did anybody else have any questions for our speaker? Okay, we don't have any questions on the YouTube channel, and I'm just going to have a quick look at the chat. And no, we've got no questions on the chat. So how do we contact you if anybody needs to contact you, sir? Do you have are you able to share your slides with us? Does it have your contact details, or are you okay for me to just share your number in the group?
Well, you can share my number on the group, but
No
this presentation has the contact number for the CEO. So like I was saying, there's even a note here from the CEO. Dear friend, thank you for taking our company presentation. I'm reminded of the magnetic attraction of business that profit by making the world a better place. And I'm genuinely excited about the role plant catalyst is playing in Africa. So then he goes there and yeah. So on the last slide,
yes,
there is the email address for the CEO. If you want to contact him, please go ahead. And then there's a website there for more information. So like I said, I'm going to share with you this presentation where we have the contacts for the CEO. But you can also share my contact with anyone else.
Okay. Thank you so much. We appreciate your finishing and starting on time. Thank you so much for your time. And if we have no more questions from our members, thank you very much for joining us. Our next presentation is going to be in 2 weeks' time. Thank you very much, sir. Good evening to everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much, and really good evening.